Hi, I'm Jane Bartouche from the Stockyards Inn. Tonight we're going to be preparing steaks on the William Pace Show. Please tune in.
Good evening, I'm William Pace. Tonight my guests are Bob and Jane Bartouche, owners of the Stockyards Inn, and I'll be singing several numbers with the Centerville Community Band under the baton of Robert Johnson. On our restaurant segment tonight, we're at the Stockyards Inn, backed by popular demand, and my guest is Jane Bartouche. She's the manager. Good to see you again.
Nice to see you, William.
The history here on Stockyards is very unique and very interesting. You want to tell us a little bit about the history?
I'd be happy to. We opened in 1900, was the grand opening. It was called the Union Stockyards, and it was where the cattlemen came and sold pigs and sheep and cattle. And they had a restaurant. They could eat here. They had rooms where they could stay all night. And most of the livestock was brought in by train. And the railroad behind the stockyards is still functioning. And the parking lot was a corral for the animals.
So this is very, very interesting and very fascinating. And do you think that the history is part of the reason why people come to the Stockyards Inn?
I think they come here because it is a landmark of Dayton. It's Dayton's most unique and oldest restaurant. And we have very good prime rib and steak here.
Particularly the baby back ribs.
And the baby back ribs.
It's that time of year again, weddings and graduations and family reunions. And of course, Stockyards Inn is a great place for get-togethers. You want to tell us more about your banquet facilities?
Well, we have 8 private dining rooms. We've got private dining room off of the main dining room, the gold room, that'll seat up to 70 people. And we have 7 upstairs that'll seat anywhere between 10 and 32.
Wonderful. Well, I understand that Chef Bob has prepared a selection of choice steaks for us. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, all the rooms upstairs are named after the steaks. We have the filet room, we have the porterhouse room, we have the club room, the rib room, and the T-bone room.
Well, let's go out and talk with Chef Bob and see what he's cooking up in the kitchen.
Okay.
My guest this evening is the head chef and owner of Stockyards Inn, Bob Bartouche, and tonight we're going to prepare steaks. So where do we start?
Yes, sir, Bill. Good evening.
Good evening.
Just wanted to talk a little bit about steaks, where they come from. We are the Stockyards Inn, have been in Dayton since 1900, and so I think we've cut a few steaks here in our time. This is how we purchase our meat here, the different cuts here. This is they only start down here where they can see a little bit better. This is called a top butt, and from the top butt we get several different types of steaks that we make here. We do this petite top sirloin steak wrapped in bacon, and here's a sirloin steak, top sirloin steak. And this all comes from the top butt. Okay, the next piece we have up here is called a ribeye. This is basically the same piece of meat that you get your prime rib out of, and it yields a steak after it's trimmed, called a ribeye steak, obviously. Okay, here's your favorite, the filet mignon. That's
yes, that is my favorite.
That's called a PSMO, peeled side muscle on tenderloin. After it's cleaned and cut, you yield out a pretty little filet mignon. Okay, what else do we have here? This is a strip, New York strip, Chicago strip, Kansas City strip. It's just a strip loin, goes by many different names. It yields the strip steak.
That's a good sized portion of meat.
Yeah, that's called our Diamond Jim. It's a 16-ounce cut of sirloin. Well, the other 2 steaks we have here this evening is the T-bone and the porterhouse steak. There's a little confusion on what makes one different from the other. First of all, they're both cut from the same piece of meat. They're both cut from the short loin. If you take a look here, Bill, that top part here is your strip steak, okay, and the bottom part is your filet mignon. Okay, that's basically what you have. The distinction between the two is not particularly the shape of the bone, but the amount of the filet that's below the bone. To make it a porterhouse, which is traditionally cut a little bit thicker, you should have at least 1.5 inches of tenderloin hanging below the bone. That's the difference between your porterhouse steak and your T-bone steak.
I didn't know that.
Well,
Learn something every day.
just about. I thought we'd cut a few steaks here.
Okay.
Show you how to clean the meat. There's a couple that are just real simple to do that there's no reason your audience couldn't do it in their home. The ribeye steak is almost ready to go. It's called a lip-on ribeye, the way we buy it here, depending on how much fat you have, like or don't like, and how close you want to trim it. Basically, all you have to do is trim back this tail. Square the piece of meat, square your knife. Some people like to work at angles, and that doesn't work. And just go right on through with desired thickness,
So sort of like slicing
just like slicing anything else.
bread or something.
Surely, very simple. If you would find these on sale in a store, there's no reason you couldn't take half of it and cook it off as a prime rib and cut the other half up for steaks. Okay, another easy piece of meat to handle would be your strip. Now this is your strip loin. You can see this is what we call the vein end. It's not very desirable. That's the least desirable part of the meat. Just begin cleaning the strip loin, put it on its back, fat side down, and cut this connective tissue out. It's not edible. It's where this piece of meat hooks to the bone. It's called connective tissue. Very sinewy and just not edible. Just won't chew. Now, did you want to get involved in this, Bill?
You gonna put me to work tonight?
I'm going to put you to work. You can see it's not too hard a process here. Just look for the white, take it underneath, and strip it back. Don't cut yourself.
So you hook it from underneath,
Yeah.
just like
Now
that.
cut away from yourself. Always
Away.
cut away. Yeah, there you go. I'll pick that up. There you go. We'll make you a professional meat cutter yet.
There you go. You always cut away.
Surely. Unless you don't value your fingers.
I do.
Okay.
I think I'm getting the hang of this here.
That's not too difficult.
Okay, so the next step is.
Well, I thought we'd show them a quick little marinade tonight.
Okay.
There's barbecue season coming up. People might...
Yeah, spring and summertime.
Okay. A marinade does two things, Bill. It adds flavor to the steak, and it also tenderizes it somewhat. This is a real simple one that I like to use for beef. It can be used for just about any kind of product you'd like to marinade. Let me make some adjustments here. You can use a food processor like we have here, or you can use just most homes have a blender. Blender would work just fine. There's just a few ingredients here. Let me get myself straightened up here. And it's fairly flexible to what your tastes are. The ingredients are soy sauce. I prefer the Kikkoman brand. A cottonseed oil. Please use a cottonseed oil. It helps with the texture of the final product. See, that's a cracked black pepper, chopped fresh garlic, and Grey Poupon mustard. Now, the simplest way to remember this is use twice as much oil as you do the soy sauce. And the rest is pretty much to taste. However, if you like a lot of pepper, put a little bit more in. If you like the taste of garlic, more or less of that. It's fairly simple. Do you like garlic?
Yes.
Okay, we'll use it all.
So you blend it up in a mixer then?
Yeah. Yeah. Pepper?
Yes.
Lots? You like to crunch them?
Yes.
All right. We'll put them all in there. Soy sauce?
Yes.
Okay. And then here's the only, it's not really tricky, the only part that really makes a difference. Only tricky part, is not really tricky at all, is after you get it, the blender running or the food processor running, just drizzle or slowly add your oil so it will emulsify.
So how long do you leave it in the mixer?
It's done now. Too good. See, by emulsify, I mean it's it won't separate now. It won't separate back into the oil and the soy sauce and the different ingredients. It's blended together. What's your favorite steak, Bill?
Filet mignon.
Filet mignon. Would you care for a little marinade on it?
Yes.
Well, let's, we have a filet in here somewhere. There it is. Now for the marinade, since it's such a big steak, I'd suggest butterflying the filet mignon. It gives more surface. So pick up the marinade. Always just cut against the grain. Alrighty. A little marinade down. Little steak.
So you put it in the pan first, then put the steak, then put the sauce over the steak then?
Yeah, no, you can let this set for a couple hours, depends on your time schedule. You can over marinate meat. 24 hours about maximum you'd want to leave a marinade on a steak.
So that the flavor can penetrate into the...
Right, the longer you leave it, the more the flavor goes into the meat, but at a certain point, you get too much marinade and too much tenderizing, and it affects the quality of the steak. And we'll just let that set up for a little bit and cook you up dinner here in a minute.
Okay. It smells good. Let's go out to the dining room and try this out.
Yeah, that's the marinade. You're smelling it.
Oh,
it does add an aroma, doesn't it?
So now it's time to sample the steak. And this is what kind of steak?
You're eating the Kansas City sirloin strip steak. One of the Stockyard favorite steaks.
This is luscious. Very good. You want to tell us about your hours of business?
We're open 7 days a week. We serve brunch on Saturday and Sunday from 11 till 3, on Sunday 12 to 3. And we're open Monday through Friday from 11 o'clock until 10, Saturday from 11 till 11, and Sunday from 12 until 9 o'clock.
And for reservations, is there a number for us?
You may call 254-3576.
Okay, stop in at the Stockyards Inn for steaks and baby back ribs and all kinds of very interesting dishes. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. This evening, my first number is Alexander's Ragtime Band.
Play a bugle call like you never heard before. So no matter all that you want to go to war, this just the bestest band will turn. Marinade, come on along, let me take you by the hand. Up to the man, who's the leader of the band. And if you care to hear the squad
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. My next number is New York, New York.
Stars spread in the north. I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York. Those big open shores are longing to stray and step around the heart of it. New York, New York. I wanna wake up in a city that doesn't sleep, to find I'm king on the hill and on the heat. My little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in all New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. My little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in all New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York. East side, west side, all around the town. New York.
Some guests of the William Pace Show stay at the Radisson Hotel and Suites downtown Dayton, where their answer to every customer is, yes, we can.
Gotta go. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.